What's going on, guys? Wanted to do a video here about a cool new app that I got. If you're familiar with Guitar Pro, the makers of Guitar Pro just made this new app called Play Guitar Hits, and it is very, very cool. They're just getting started, and I just wanted to guide you around the app so you can see if you like it or not. The cool thing about it is that it provides all these different songs, and similar to their Guitar Pro software, it gives you tablature, the staff, rhythm charts, depending on how you like to see it, and it actually is pretty customizable. So the first thing is that if you go here into the upper right, there's a little question mark icon, and it kind of goes over, what you'll need. So for instance, if you're using an acoustic guitar, an electric guitar, picks, of course, the tuner, if you're going to use a slide. So what type of gear do you need? Also, uh, some notions of reading and writing score. So they talk about the fingerboard, chord diagrams. Just if you don't have any idea of even tab, they give you an idea of what that is and how to really use it. So the cool thing is that, yeah, like I mentioned before, there's tab, there's the staff, and there's also a virtual fingerboard, which is very cool. Then they talk a little bit about techniques, so strumming, sweeping, hybrid picking, and so on. And then finally, they leave it off with guitar effects. So a lot of these songs might have effects. How do you do tapping? How do you do pull offs and hammer ons and so on? So pretty cool. So that's just a quick help section. But the real meat of this app comes down to the songs that they give you. Now, it starts off with a free category here on the right. It even has some songs like Happy Birthday and Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan, which is really, really cool. Another thing I like is that they break it down into easy, beginner, or hard, or moderate, intermediate, depending on your skill. So you can kind of look at the songs and get a good idea of how hard it's going to be for you to play. I wish there was a couple more filters for that. Like I said, they're just getting started with this app. I don't think a lot of people even know about it yet. So it would be cool if they can like split it out into easy, intermediate, and advanced. But for right now, this is what we have. So if you go to all, you can take a look at all the different songs they have. So you can see I downloaded a couple different ones here. So I downloaded Always on the Run, the second part, because I wanted to check out the solo. You can search up here for bands. So I also downloaded Metallica's Enter Sandman for the solo. And I also downloaded Radiohead's High and Dry. All songs that are pretty cool. So I'm not going to really play the song here because I don't want to get copyright strike, but I will show you a little bit about the interface. So let me go back here for a second. This is Always on the Run, and we're going over the solo. So there's a couple things to check out here. The cool thing is that they break it down into 4 different parts. It might be more parts depending on what the song is, but for this song, for the solo, it's 4 different parts. And then you also have the full song. So if we go to part 1 and you hit play, it'll play the actual solo in real time, which is really cool, along with the music. Again, not going to play the music here because I don't want to get striked. But there's a couple cool different tools here on the bottom. So you have a looper tool, which allows you to loop parts of the song or the whole part. You have a selection tool just in case you want to loop only a certain part. So, for instance, this first riff. You have a tempo section where you can break it down all the way to 50%, which is cool. This button on the right here determines if there's a counter or not. And then this one, the little metronome here, is if you have a metronome on during the song. Another cool thing you might see is that there is the right hand, so the picking hand, and the left hand, the fretting hand. Now, if you go into settings here on the app, you can see you have a lot of cool settings. So the backing track volume, the guitar volume. If you turn the guitar off, you'll just have the backing track, which is cool because if you want to practice this solo over it, you could turn the guitar entirely off and just use the backing track. Now, something to note, these aren't original songs, these are covers, but they sound pretty good, for what they're worth. And then if you don't want to look at the left hand and right hand, you can just look at the fretting hand, for instance. So we'll switch over to left hand. And as you can see now, it's just that fretting hand. If you go back in here, you also have the view type. So if you want to look at tablature, that's cool. If you want to look at the standard staff, it's the regular notes. and you can even do virtual fretboard. So I feel like they're pulling a lot from their Guitar Pro app for this, and it's pretty cool. So um, that's pretty much it, to be honest. One other thing here is that they also are integrating Fret Zealot, which I've never really heard of this yet. So I looked it up. It looks like it's about a $200 device that you can attach to your guitar if you're really just getting started, and gives you the option to light up the frets and learn that way. So that's pretty much it. Those are all the different things that are in the app right now. So as you can see, there's quite a few songs. You got Zeppelin, John Lee Hooker, you have Chili Peppers, Eric Clapton. There's a ton of different songs on here. Even Daft Punk's Get Lucky. Pricing. So the app is free, and if you want to get a song, I think it's $2 per song, which to me, I right now I think that's too much, unless you really really want to learn a song. What I would do is, if you're interested in this, they have a subscription. I believe right now it's about $4.50 US per month, which is not too bad. I mean, you got 50 songs in there. Hopefully they'll continue adding to this and updating the program. I know I'm going to have a lot of information and suggestions to give them. But if they keep adding to this, and I feel like they will, then I think it's going to be a cool program. So Aurobis Music Play Guitar Hits, really, really cool app. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, or, do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's not worth it? Would you pay that subscription? Really interested to know what you think there. And one of my favorite apps, Guitar Pro, it's a necessary app. You have to have that if you're a guitar player. If you want to tab out your riffs and do all that stuff, I mean, I love that app. I've written a review on that app in the past as well. Really, really good. If you want to pick that up, check it out. I'll include a link to that app in the description of this video, and I'll include a link to Play Guitar Hits in the description as well. So that's it for now. See you on the next video.